We're here with John, CEO of DynamicAction, and Sarah, Senior VP at DynamicAction. Big data, small companies, cutting through the noise. What do you do with all this data coming in if you're a small company?
Some of the big trends right now that small businesses should be looking at are the increase in promotions that consumers are taking when they're out buying online. So that is up 85% year over year. So retailers are really reaching out to their consumers and saying, hey, if you're going to come and buy from us, we'll offer you a great deal and a great promotion. Overseas, that's up 144%.
Sarah, how does all of this affect the customer acquisition process?
Sure. So, certainly we're in a situation where Amazon has really trained everybody to expect more and pay less. So, all retailers are really chasing that, and they're in a situation where they're promoting more, discounting more, and yet aren't getting those new customers in the door, and they're not converting those new customers from first-time to second-time purchases. So, the retailers who are really doing this right are those who understand their customer data. They understand their customers extremely well, and rather than just going right to the promotion, going right to the price cut, they're in a situation where they're saying, maybe my customer wants early access to the new product line. Maybe my customer wants a personal shopper. So really understanding the heart of what their customer wants and going down that path rather than always going to a buy one, get one offer, always marking down on price.
And does this also apply overseas?
Absolutely. I think in our overseas markets, they're catching up in terms of wanting more and more promotions. The U.S. North American market has been ahead on that for quite a while. We've been over promoting. We've been in this discounting addiction for quite some time. Both the consumer expects that discount, and the retailers have been giving it to them for some time.
So one of the other things that's interesting about the overseas market and the overseas customer is that they want access to the global product set. So not just what's available in their market, but everything that's available from sporting goods to luxury goods. They want to see the entire piece, and they don't mind buying from American companies. In fact, they like it because they feel that it's more. They know that it's an authentic product. So overseas consumers are ones that come and they expect to be able to see everything that's available, buy it, have it shipped directly to their homes.
Let's talk a little bit about price transparency. When you're dealing with promotions all around the world, how much consumers are seeing what's being sold and what price point?
It's very easy for a consumer online to come and look at the US site, to look at the UK site, to look at the European site, to look at the Asian site and understand all the prices, and they can convert the currency really quickly.
Yeah.
So that puts the onus on the retailers to offer value globally and be able to say, it doesn't matter where you're at, you can buy this at a price that's the same value everywhere. And that's hard. That's a real challenge for every retailer that they have to think about.
If you're running a promotion in France, do you now have to run that promotion globally?
Well, we certainly see that there are global types of promotions, but then there's also locally sourced products that in many cases, if we're talking about a health and beauty brand that's selling globally, they can't sell all their products. They'd like to, but they can't sell them in every single country. So in that sense, they can offer local promotions.
Small retailers have an opportunity that is so incredibly hard for larger retailers, which is this concept of experiential retail. So, what can you do in store that's incredibly special? Whether it's personal shopping, whether it's private events in store, can you offer things on your site that just can't be offered with larger retailers? That's where the smaller retailers need to take advantage of that asset. They're not in a situation where they're looking at millions of customer records and trying to sift through that level of data. They understand their customers so intimately that's really where the strength of the small retailers should be. So if they start and they build from there, build out all their technology and their data systems beneath that customer understanding, they're going to be in a much stronger situation headed forward.
So as a small company, what can they do to better engage with their consumer?
I think clearly it starts from the level of understanding the customer. So at the very small level, they understand that they're walking the shop floor. They know what people are reacting to. As you get larger, you have to understand that data and have your data set ready. So whether it's looking at both in-store and online data and determining what are they buying online, what are they buying in store, how does that look different, and what do I need to do to create this really incredible experience. Whether it's online, is that content, is that new product offerings, is that some new app that lets them do a makeover before they buy the product. There are a lot of things that are being done from a digital perspective that offer a new experience, and I think that the small retailers really have a unique opportunity in that space.
I want to take a quick look at some of the stuff you're doing here. You've got a donation system. Maybe we could show us a little bit. Sarah, tell us a little bit about what this is here that we have and how we can do good in the world.
Absolutely. So, we've been to these shows for 10 years, multiple shows, every year. And I think
this year, when we sat down and really thought about this, and we talked with so many retail executives, I think everybody's in a position of saying, how can we activate this group? We have this amazing group of people, thousands of people in one place. How can we activate this group to really do something better? So instead of doing, koozies and T-shirts and things like that, we decided to donate to 3 causes. And so we sent some of these mailers went to people's offices, and some have brought them from their offices with them here, and then they can also come to the booth to get either a $1 or $5 token, and they can donate it to one of 3 charities. So Retail Orphan Initiative was started by a lot of the NRF group, and they are working in 19 countries to work with children to build homes and work with them from an educational perspective. We have Girls Who Code, and she actually keynoted yesterday. Is an amazing organization that's really focused on leveling the playing field for girls and women in technology, and which clearly we feel very strongly about. And then we have Team Rubicon, and it is a humanitarian aid organization that is staffed completely by veterans, so returning veterans, and it's a really incredible. They work so quickly, and these guys have and women have amazing skill sets that they're putting back into work in order to help with humanitarian aid.